name is Mitchell Gumko. This is week 7 for geology. And this week we talked about natural resources. And one thing that I learned a lot about natural resources, I didn't learn a lot about, I guess, but didn't think about before until this week, was that just not about the fossil fuels and stuff like that about natural resources. Like there's a lot more natural resources than I thought we had. Natural resources are used for a lot of things, which I learned when reading this article, that they're a huge part in our economy and everything we do in our everyday life. So I didn't realize how important natural resources were for everyday life and everyday use, and just the whole economic side of things too. So I thought that was really interesting. And the mineral I picked from the article we read was, or the article we read was iron ore. I picked iron ore because I just got done talking about that in one of my other classes, so I was like, oh, might as well talk about it now. But so it's just it comes from outside of a rock, and the way it is actually mined, or the way you get it, is the rock is mixed with water and like in the ground, and then like put in rotating mills, and then they do that until it becomes like a fine powder, and then the iron is actually separated in that process. Is separated from the rock using magnets and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. That's how it's actually you get the iron ore and stuff. And iron ore is mined in the Midwest mostly, and the UP. The Northern Michigan actually used to be the number one, or had like the most iron ore extracted from their mines for a while. Actually, that was like one of Michigan's biggest economic things they would have until Minnesota passed it. So those are the two places in the United States where it is mined mostly. I didn't do a world one, but I just did the United States, and yeah, Minnesota is the main has the produces the most iron ore, and so that's interesting. And then what is it used for? Iron ore is actually very important in our steel industry. It is one of the main reasons why we have so much steel and why the U.S. can make so much steel, because we have so much iron ore into those mines. Those mines are very abundant with iron, and iron is 98% of the iron that is mined from those mines is used in steel. So mainly just for steel, and I mean that's huge. I mean it's put in buildings, it's put all over the world and bridges and stuff. So without steel and without this iron ore, we probably wouldn't be where we are today with society's building and all these things and stuff like that. It's just a huge important part for the steel industry. And the 2% is used for some other things, but mainly it's just used for steel. So that's about it.